Hey everyone, and welcome back to Commander Clash. Season 14 has just wrapped up, and it's time, as usual, to do a quick breakdown of the previous season and see the stats that are most relevant to the season. So we're going to see who came in second the most, who played the most green, what was the longest game, what's the average turn length, all those fun stuff, and much more are going to be revealed for this season. So if you're really into stats and stuff, this is going to be the episode for you. So we're going to kick it off with a slide that I don't know because I didn't make it. Richard did. All right. All right. So this season
very nice
was a short one.
Certainly
you can
shorter.
see. Yeah, just 14 episodes. We usually do like 24 or whatever, but we did 14 for this one, which is 11 less than the previous season. We had 16 games. Obviously, 10 less than the previous season, obviously, because there were less games. But the average game length is kind of interesting. It's 10.9 turns, which is just a wee bit more turns than the previous season. And the average game time has only went up by 10 minutes. So before, in previous seasons, we saw this gradual thing where our game length actually kept going down and down in terms of turns. I think we started at like 12.5 or something like that, and every year or so would go down like a turn. This time, though, it actually went up by a little bit. It barely changed, is what I'm trying to say, which is kind of interesting. Maybe we're plateauing in terms of game length. Maybe like we've optimized to a certain point, and now we've reached a point where we're not really speeding up anymore. Time will tell, but yeah, it's cool that we didn't go too fast. You know, maybe the jank themes helped. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking the same thing. That could be the case. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reason why.
Yeah, we did a lot of jank this.
Yeah. There was a lot of let's all play burn but not red sort of weeks.
Or let's play like just old, like our first decks, you know, where where long games were actually the norm back then. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, we had pre-EDH and we had original deck weeks, so we did have some older cards representatives.
Yeah, so it's, we'll see how the next season goes, but we're keeping it pretty steady right now. Moving on, though, we've got the shortest game in terms of turns. This is the Planar Battle episode, which ended on turn 8. It was
Nice.
30 turns total. It was an hour and 12 minutes, which isn't super short, but turn-wise, it was pretty short. I think the reason why the game ended so quickly is we had a lot of like prominent aggro at the table. I think, Tom, you kind of dictated the flow of the game with your Rico, and even Phil.
Yes.
Yeah, even Phil, who like typically doesn't attack, was running Kestia, who was an attack trigger Enchantress deck. So, and then obviously Crib with the turn 2 Bitterblast, which was actually
I was flying.
Aggro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I didn't do too much until the very end where I did like 15 damage, and that was my contribution for the game.
This game was interesting. This was my first chance playing with Yuriko, period.
Yeah.
The card is super busted, literally never going to play her as a commander again. But I thank you for, basically tolerating me playing that commander at least once. I'm sure there's probably some Yuriko stands in the comments right now who are like, no, it's totally fair. Not fair. Not a fair commander. Do not recommend playing against or with. Maybe in the 99, get away with it a little bit, but oh boy, that thing was nasty. And I built it like the most calm, peaceful, only Kamigawa cards. Yeah. And it was still doing dumb stuff at every turn. It was insane.
Yuriko definitely leans high power. Like if you're at a high power pod, I think that's a very, very good choice to be in. But yeah, you have to be careful if you're at lower power, just because Yuriko is so difficult to answer and it's such good value. But honestly, I liked it at that game. Like it did kind of push the game forward, and we were doing a janky theme too, right? We were restricted to a single plane, so without having some aggro at the table, it could have easily been like a 3-hour game. So I thought it was fine.
I love the Lorwyn deck that Krim built, by the way. That deck was super cool.
Yeah,
it was so nice to see Dormu. It was so nice to see all those old Lorwyn cards. I pretty much built fairies and everything that I loved during that standard, so it felt good to see them again. Widwen, all of that.
There.
Wow.
Yeah.
It just looks so cool and fairy tale-y. I mean, we kind of go back to Eldraine, but I don't know. Lorwyn has such a charm to it.
I feel
and
like
the basics. My God.
My conspiracy theory was that Lorwyn 2 was turned into Eldraine.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that could be
that's
correct.
what they did.
Probably, yeah.
But I'm hoping we get a real return. But do you all want to guess on what the longest amount of turns was in a game of Commander Clash this season?
I think it's the second original deck game, right? It's got to be the one where just like Jareth and Glory did work.
Where I got to keep
boy.
a Jace.
Yeah,
Our
was-
first-
Remember when we had like a Jace for 10 turns?
All right.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
gotta be that one.
So how many turns?
I think it's like 16 turns or something. I remember
turns?
seeing a ridiculous number in the
Is this
corner.
Price is Right? I'll go
Yeah.
close without going over. I'll go
Sure.
14 turns.
14 turns. I honestly don't know. We'll just find out. 15?
15?
Okay. All right. I'll go 18.
Oh,
Boom. What?
Oh my
32 turns. Hell yeah.
God.
Oh wait, this is the shortest game time. But still, 32 turns. What the heck?
Wait,
That's a
Is that
good
even
amount
right?
of time.
This is the
Like
shortest game
32
in terms of
personal
time.
turns.
I didn't read ahead on all these ones. I read one panel, but so this is the shortest game in terms of time. Last one was
Oh yeah,
the
this one we
shortest
got
game in
Notion
terms
Deep
of
Top, yeah.
a thing, but still, 32 turns has to be like the longest in terms of turns as well. I'm sure this is going to be popping up very soon.
Mhm.
But we did 2 games in our first decks. The first one was the first ever time we saw Notion Thief Wheel, the dreaded Notion Thief Wheel that we all like.
Yes.
We're all afraid of it, but it actually never happened in like multiple years of playing Commander Clash. But
Until
Krim, you
it
managed
did.
to pull it off.
Yes,
was-
I did.
It was just as nasty as
Mm-hmm.
I dreamed of it to be. My
I do
goodness.
what does turn cycle 8 mean? Like,
Oh,
so like
I think
eight total turns.
Yeah.
Each player only had 8 turns in total.
Yeah.
Right? 32 divided
Yeah.
by 4. Then we
Yeah.
all conceded. I do
Yeah.
think there's a good lesson to take from that game
But-
to bring to your own play groups of if the game is over, it makes more sense to just, okay, we can't keep going from here. Let's just concede and play another instead of just everybody sitting down and playing like the next 6 turns as that player slowly wins.
yeah.
Like I heavily recommend if that's not how you play at your own play group at home, if you're going to be playing with combos, play that way. It's going to make your life so much better.
Yeah, I think you just have to assess with the table. Like, do we have a realistic chance of
Yes.
winning this game? And if the answer is no, then it's good to scoop up. But if the answer is yes, then maybe you could figure it out. Like, you can only Notion Thief Wheel if you can only win off Notion Thief Wheel if nobody has like a significant board spate. And he did it off. Krim, you did it off a board wipe, I believe. Like somebody wiped the board recently.
Yes, that's right too.
Was that how
I
that
still
went?
don't get
I
it.
don't remember
So-
how it went.
doesn't that mean we did 8 turns in this game?
Yeah, we did
But
8
I
turns.
just-
It was 32 turns total. Yeah, that's
But
how.
for
that's how-
for both games,
Yeah,
it was
turn
32
cycle.
turns.
yeah,
No,
turn
no,
cycle
okay.
8. So everybody's
this,
like
this
eighth
game
turn.
ended on turn. This game ended on turn 8. Is what
Yes.
this means.
Oh,
There
yeah,
were
was
32
only
total
34
turns,
minutes.
32 individual turns.
Yeah,
On
No,
turn 8, we were all
yeah,
like, "Nah, we're out."
I'm just
Yeah,
Okay,
saying that.
I just thought about something. Yeah, never mind. I thought we were talking about the longest game at the entire time.
Not yet.
So yeah,
This is no
That-
Thief Wheel. All right,
Krim, I do have a question on this one. So,
Yeah.
as the person who was piling the deck where everyone conceded, did that feel good? Like from the person piling the deck, were you like, "Haha, I did what I was trying to do," or was it kind of like a, "All right, I guess we'll go to the next game" sort of feeling? I haven't been in that position, so I'd love to know what that felt like.
I'm gonna be very real with you. A lot of the games that I play, and some of my favorites, especially on Arena and all of that, are when the opponent concedes or salt ropes.
Mhm.
So
You
if
built
those
Town bullies, so this should explain much.
and if with that thought process in mind, it was fun. I mean,
Good, I'm glad.
it was exactly as, like I assumed that it would go, right? And if it's also never a punishment, please. I don't know where people get this idea that it's a punishment if you make me play out the deck. Like I want to play out the deck. So
Good.
yeah, like I don't know. I had a very good time. I don't play Notion Thief Wheels anymore because I do like having different types of games, but it was fun mostly just probably because I used to play it and it was fun to remember the power that was and how that was just okay back then. So it was cool. It was cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's
put it
great. That was
lightly.
that was kind of my question with this one because we kind of talked about like what you do when you have players when this happens at your table. I've always been on the receiving end. I don't I've always wondered like being the player who's like, okay, game's ending on turn 4, like how that feels. But I'm glad you got to like show off, because these were our first decks, show off that original power of Thraxia and be like, no, this is normal. Don't worry, it's okay to concede.
Yeah, like it's totally
cool.
a fair thing. It's super fair to concede to that. I mean, again, like this is a thing that where I realize, as I continue to play more, that there's actually a power level discrepancy when you do this enough.
Yeah. All right. I think now it's time for the longest games. So the first one's going to be number of turns, and the next one is going to be longest. Let's see if I'm right. Click. Yeah, there it is.
Nice.
Yeah, there it is.
So the game that had the
69
longest in terms
turns.
of time also had the longest, but it had 69 turns total, which is nice. But yeah, ended on
my
turn
God.
19. Which
So
I think-
longest and shortest episode is the same.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. This is what I would have expected out of our first games, because I think our decks, not only was there like a much weaker card pool back then, but also we were just a lot less optimized back then too. So the combination of both meant that you would have longer games, right? Like our threats are ramp and everything are much weaker. And our knowledge of the game is less. So yeah, longer games. Turn 19. That might be a little bit, or the 19th turn cycle is a little bit extreme, but that's how it is sometimes.
This was the game where I cast World Queller, which is a 5-mana 4/4 that doesn't do anything until your next upkeep. So
it does nothing.
this was definitely a longer game.
I remember there was like 8 board wipes or something. Like nothing was allowed to stay on the board for more
I
than
think
a
3
turn
of them
cycle.
were from me just drawing Black Sun Zenith or something
Yes!
like that again.
Oh,
I think
I was like,
man.
oh, look, I drew it again. Oh, look, I drew it again.
Yeah, you got at least 2 off that. Everybody
at least
contributed
2.
at some point.
This was the Immortal Jace game, I think, as well.
I've never had Jace the Mind Sculptor live that long. Like even back then, it just died instantly, right? Like
Well, when there's a board every other turn, it's higher
It was
likelihood
cool.
of surviving.
I enjoyed this game. It was silly. It took a long time. It reminded me of like playing in your LGS and everybody is just like going for snacks in between turns, and I didn't mind it at all.
This was exactly how I remember playing the precon too. Like I played the precon for I think like 2 months or something unedited, and every single time it was just like at a normal play group, and I would do nothing for the entire game. I would struggle to cast my spells because the mana base was garbage.
Yeah,
And then
hot garbage.
eventually, like, I'd play Zedrus, Zedrus would immediately die, and that would be it. And then eventually I'd just, like, find my Insurrection, and if I get to cast my Insurrection, I win. Otherwise, if I don't find my Insurrection, I just lose. So that was pretty much... That was the experience in a nutshell. Just like, oh, I have an Insurrection. Oh, I guess I win then. That card. Anyway. We'll go to shortest or longest in terms of hours. I think we hit the 3-hour mark this season.
whoo!
Pretty sure. Let's see how sad Nyatic was today. Oh wow! Oh, we just barely missed
Oh,
it.
career day. That's right.
We just barely missed
this-
it. 2 hours and 59 minutes and
I
48
missed
seconds.
this one.
Yeah, I
This
was
is-
away for this one. You were away, Krim. It was Seth and Nyatic who joined. So. I hear that it was pretty spicy. I heard
This was a
Yomi-
fun game.
Yeah.
I like this game.
Yes.
Niantic ended up comboing off, if I'm not mistaken.
I
Yes, he
died
did.
an hour into it after
Yes.
gaining too
Oh,
much
no.
power.
So,
Well,
yeah,
it would have been over real quick if they didn't kill me.
yeah.
It was kind of disgusting.
But then
Was,
the game went on for 2 more hours, so that was the punishment.
Yeah, that was also disgusting, but
I was playing a weird Artificer deck. There was a Chef deck, Politicians. What was the last one? I forget. What was the last career?
jewelry, right?
I was a jeweler. We had
the other one
Chef.
was Preacher from
Preacher. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
was the game where Preacher was cast and was like important, which was kind of fun.
I think it's a good card actually.
Yeah, I
Seems
think you ran
pretty-
in a deck after this, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's quite the game. If I have 3 hours, I might watch it after my Lord of the Rings marathon.
Oh,
This is
God.
also one of the rare times where I built a deck, and then when I loaded it onto MTGO, I realized I had already built the deck previously,
Oh god.
and I had only changed like 3 cards, but I spent 2 hours building the deck again.
You made a jewelry Citri deck before?
This was the second time I've built this deck. Yes.
Why?
You know, I don't know. I don't know.
This was definitely the career path it could have been for you if you weren't a nurse.
Turns out if I
Secret
wasn't
calling.
this.
Yeah. You would have been an artificer. Alright. We will move on to another slide. I don't know what it is. We'll find out together. Boop! Oh my god!
Tomer!
Oh my
God damn.
Tomer! I knew it!
number of
I
first
knew it.
place wins. I think a historic first for Commander Clash. Not only did I come in first overall, but I did so
Everybody else tied.
basically almost about half the games. Woo!
Literally, if you're not first, you're last in this one, apparently. It's
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of insane.
All right.
Even
yeah, this is a
Moto
good
got
season
some
for me.
W's.
This is
There
where I'm
was-
retiring, actually. I retire on the higher note. No, there's going to be a reckoning next season, I believe.
There was so many games where you snuck out wins out of nowhere. I remember, like, literally our first game, you were just flipping off of the 6-mana green enchantment. Oh,
Oh,
your
yeah, the
silly
6-drop deck. Oh,
and
yeah,
I had
the
you
6-drop
dead
deck.
to rights. You had to miss
Insane.
one.
Yeah.
One flip. It was like a 1 in 12, and you hit it, and I was like, Jesus.
And I think it
Christ.
had
All
to
right.
be like
And it never
not
stopped from
green or
there.
anything because you had like protection.
Yeah.
And I hit a colorless creature off the top.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware.
That was good stuff.
God,
Yeah, I just got away with it a bit too many times.
too many times. Too many times.
Well, also guest. The guest is 2 people. So actually, somebody had an even better win percentage than me. It was our editor Diniatic, who has 100% win percentage this season.
Yeah.
He came on for 2 games and he won both. So there's
Yeah.
that. Watch out.
Well, you know,
Watch out.
efficiency.
Who's the true winner? Who's the true winner here? I don't know. Who do you think came in? Wait, I think it's second. Who do you think came in second the most?
I think I did.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so
think?
too.
I feel like Krim would get in second the most because that's what he aims for. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Hopefully,
Might
in
be
the next
MCG
slide.
though. Who knows?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ah, the real prize.
Ah.
Called it.
There it is.
Real
Tom?
prize.
3 second place wins. Krim and Phil 2. I got 1 and Guest got 1. I think the guest was Seth who
That
got
was Seth.
in second.
Hmm?
Because it
Yeah,
sure
it
wasn't
probably
Yetic,
was.
So yeah. So this is a lot closer in terms of the gap on who gets in second. But Tom, you eked it out there. All right.
Just slid in. It's the reason why I know I got in second so much is that so many times right before I won, you won. So I was like, okay, I must have gotten second multiple times. This is the insurrection game. This is flipping off of this. Like, okay, this is
Yeah.
so close. That's
Yeah.
why, like, back-to-back weeks, I brought, like, heavy hitter decks. I was like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
done losing. Here is just some dumb stuff. Like, that's it.
Extra
Let's just
combat,
run-
seal the deals.
Let's just, let's just combo out of the graveyard. Let's keep
Yeah.
this nice and easy. And I learned from Nietic, that seems to be, like, if there was a slide that was, like, the most popular theme that won games, it was definitely just graveyard combo. I feel
Yeah.
won, like, at least 5 different games this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, we
Passing-
didn't see much graveyard remove. It sounds kind of weird, but I can't. Like, I run Bajuka Bog, but I think we might have to include more generic graveyard removal. Like, now that you say it, I can remember somebody exiling graveyards just for hating on them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
More
Usually
Soul
I run-
Lantern or something.
Angel
Yeah.
Finality in my white decks. It's a 4-mana 3/4
Yeah.
Angel, and there's a Battlefield Exile graveyard. Just it's got a decent body, and it just gets rid of a problem if you need it. But
Mhm.
yeah, there wasn't really too much.
I don't
blanket
remember.
graveyard removal.
Which decks were played?
Oh,
That-
I remember that. Well, the comment section let me know for example when Tom won with like it was pre-DH and Tom
Yeah, I
won with
won
like
with-
a Karmic Guide loop.
Mhm.
I thought Stonecloaker can't return itself, but then
Oh,
the
yeah,
comment
no, I'm
section
glad.
was like, "Hey, by the way, it could have returned itself, so you could have
Oh,
stopped
yeah.
the combo." I'm like, "All right, thanks." And then I got like 50 of those comments, just be like, rub it in a little bit. Like,
I
yes,
saw it too.
I'm bad at Magic. Thanks.
So That was the reason why I said, like, once I saw where all the triggers were, I was, like, very distinct, like, no, I know I've won from here, because you specifically didn't return your Stonecloaker.
Yeah.
If you had, then I would have just been silent, been like, uh-oh, let's see if it out. But once I saw the triggers, that's where I was like, no, the game's over, but we can go through it if you want.
My point is, I brought a Graveyard Hate at least one time. Did I use it
true.
properly? No, but I did bring it. What's the next slide? Let's find out together as we click on Clash On 4th.
Oh.
I never got in 4th. Whoa, Crim. Ouch.
I died.
Tomer
I
never
died.
lost?
I never lost.
Are you joking? Y'all have to fix this.
Whoa, I had
Y'all
lost.
have to
I
fix
just never
this.
got. I never got the opportunity to say Clash On. How about
the
that?
opportunity.
Crim actually
Oh.
won the most because he got to say Clash On the most.
I lost.
man.
I lost the most. And let's be honest here. That's some of it was, I swear, Tomer just killed me because he could kill me, and that was fair. That was fair.
No, what?
But-
When? I kept you alive sometimes, even though you begged for death.
No, those are the games. Where, those are the games where I lived. Those are the games where I lived for
Those
sure.
really
but-
were, I think. There was the color changing deck where I'm pretty sure the entire time you were like,
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
can kill me whenever you want, it's fine, and just no one attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You begged for death, and I let you live because I wanted to be
I know,
a friend.
and those ones. But outside of that game, like I think one of them was just like, we had come back from Richmond. You know what you did. I'm hitting you first.
Okay, so to be fair, you Beamtown bullied me out of one game, and then the other one you played your Dromar color shifting deck because he built it after playing it. He built it
Oh,
for the
that's
thing,
awesome.
and he did Warp Devotion, so he bounced everybody's permanents. I had a bunch of
Yes.
tokens on the battlefield.
Yes.
And then he just basically screwed me over. I wasn't even like remotely a threat, but he like screwed me over. He made me discard my hand. It was like bounce.
You were
bounce all
you
your
were
crappy
a threat
tokens.
in here.
Okay. Well, you
Where-
got,
where-
you got
where's
what you
the-
did.
Yeah. Hey,
Where's
I
the
got
Richmond
it. I got
tournament
it.
report? Come
Huh?
on. Where's the
I've got
SCG
a.
Richmond tournament report. I need it.
Yeah. This just angry report over here, like the wrongs from Crim.
The next season turnaround will be real.
Well, this is I could. I
y'all
consider-
have unleashed something. I'm
I
glad I'm not
consider
on
this
next season.
vengeance after Crim and Seth taking over 1 and 2 slots for the team up. This felt good. This is the revenge, Crim. This is just the next level on our arc. All right, but now
It's
we're gonna
not
see.
even. It wasn't even a team up. It was because you and
It
Phil
wasn't team
kept
up, what are you
playing
talking about?
artifact decks.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're gonna move on
Don't
to the-
deny.
we're gonna move on to the
Everybody
next
knows.
slide. All right.
Everybody knows.
Average consistency. The lower the number, the better. So the guest has the best consistency.
Look, we're
That's
killing it. I'm winning, Mom.
Everything is just like a slight dagger. Everything is a little bit of shade.
This is the same
They won
slide. It's
the same slide.
Actually, no. Phil also averaged the same as you. So in the grand scheme of things,
I'll take my 2.9, I
yeah.
guess. All right.
I guess for me it makes sense because I didn't get in 4th ever. I got in first a
I
lot. Does that make sense?
This should just be a funeral march for Tomer for next season. I feel bad for you. Every
Like,
single game,
I had
like
my
every
fun.
single
I-
2-mana 2/2 that comes into play is gonna attack you.
I
It feels good.
I
Oh,
can't.
Sakura Tribe Elder, let me pink Tomer first
Yeah.
and then sack it.
We've had a season of that already. I'm prepared for it mentally.
To be honest, I will never have my season because if I have my season, the YouTube comments will be very angry.
Oh yeah, no.
Just weird.
I don't think
Every
Crim.
time.
I don't think Crim. You focus on winning. You focus on trolling, which are two different goals in Commander. I feel like it's not very conducive towards average high finish on Commander
Yeah.
Clash.
But does it lead to average high enjoyment? I believe it
I
does.
think
and I think
so.
that's the actual
I
point.
think so.
So who really wins here?
Yeah,
Well, I get enjoyed.
certainly not me.
There you go.
But the
It's
YouTube
interesting.
comments big angry if I start winning.
It's weird
So
how,
you know, like a
wait,
good
is
heel,
Crim gone?
take the fall.
What?
Oh,
You know,
no.
you
I
take
think
the
Crim just
punch.
vanished.
Oh no.
It's
Oh.
on a great, like the zoom picture is fantastic.
Yeah.
Big angry.
Uh,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What?
there we
Wait,
go.
My
I
my
think
internet
it's
lagged.
There it
My
is.
internet lagged. Oops.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's weird how similar mine and Crim's results are, even though we are kind of the complete opposite. Like, I'm trying to
But
do
we're
some
not.
busted thing, and Crim usually stops me. And I don't play any control, and he usually tries to control or decimate the board. Is it kind of weird that we end up on the same spot in the end?
Yeah. Look, I understand why. You do the busted thing, right? I play the annoying thing, so there's two players that need to go. I get it.
Honestly, it makes sense. Yeah.
I think
I get it.
I think maybe like I feel like I kind of did the Richard thing this season, where like I play like Sephiroth dungeons, and it was objectively not very good. But at the end, Crim's at like 15 or whatever, and I went through a dungeon that made him lose 5 life and did Xaxes and like, or
Actually,
Zedger
it
is
was
like
super cool though.
objectively bad deck, but then I had Insurrection, and that's an I win the game card.
And Reigns of Power. I could have
Reigns of
survived a
Power
single
was-
insurrection. You drew both of
Yeah.
your win conditions
Oh,
with
yeah.
no card draw searching
Dude, I
in
was
your top
sitting
40.
I was sitting on that Insurrection for the entirety of that 19 turn game or whatever, and everybody just kept
Fair.
wiping the board. So I was just like, I'll just wait until somebody has a board and say, nope, wipe the board. So I had that ready. I think the Reigns of Power was really, really good though. Number 2.
The Reigns of Power is sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. We'll move on to other stats. Don't worry about that high win percentage. Please just forget about it. All right. Pay to win. Average deck budget. So does it?
Right.
Did we ruin the pay to win clause with this actually? Because Crim's at the highest of an average of $1,000 per deck, but I'm at the lowest
curious
of $474.
Is that just Mana Drain? Like,
Mana
Highest and
Drain is like
lowest priced
$40
decks
now.
removed.
oh, okay.
I also
highest
play
and
Mana
lowest
Drain
price.
in every blue deck.
Maybe it's like Force of Will, Fierce Guardianship.
I don't. Oh, Fierce Guardianship
Fierce
is like
Guardianship's
$70.
like 100. Yeah.
Oh, is it more than that? Sure, then never mind.
Yeah. I don't know what the individual cards particularly are. And also we removed the highest and lowest priced decks, so if we
Mhm.
have like
That's good.
a super high budget theme or something like that, we removed it. But this is the average outside of that. Maybe like the
plays
median.
more monocolor as well. I just
could
assume
be
that
land-based.
Grim is always playing Grixis. So
I mean, I do play a lot of
don't know.
budget decks, like 69 Yargle and
Yeah,
stuff.
sure.
so
Makes sense, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what caused it. We don't have Abu Duels or anything, so
hmm No, I think it's hard. It depends on the play group is the
Yeah.
actual answer, right? For the history of Commander Clash, there's always that person that wins with a Kithkin deck in the end just because they politicked best.
mhm.
It doesn't really matter. I feel like it's very price independent, price agnostic for who wins a
Mhm.
game most times. If anything, that's kind of what this shows, right? The player with the most expensive decks had the worst win rate. The least expensive decks had the greatest win rate. But that's probably just because the least expensive player wasn't the biggest threat most times because you're not scared of their cards, right? We're scared of opposition agents. We're scared of mana drains. We're not scared of lurking predators.
Yargle.
And yet,
Oh,
Yargles.
I'm scared of it.
yeah,
scared of it
You
now.
better
You
scared-
learned.
Better be scared about looking for
Everybody's learned.
Y'all learned. All right. Next slide. And then most expensive deck. All right. There it is, Phil. Top of the list with
Hey.
3,000.
Your
160
pre-DH
points.
deck was how much? Damn.
I mean-
Then again, I'm not much cheaper. I'm only $400 cheaper.
Well, I
mean,
think
we
it's-
got
yeah.
The blue duels, right?
Well, also we were
Yeah.
allowed no house ban list. So Mana Crypt was in everybody's deck, I think. we were allowed the Abu Duels as well, which
Yeah.
like that
I
helps
was
me because I was a mono
color.
white deck, so I didn't need Abu Duels. So there's like a bunch of random stuff that we added to this one that is now more expensive because of the reserve list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
reserve
I
list
also
really
had
hit this
Gilded
one.
Drake, I remember.
Ooh.
I had some particularly expensive cards.
Yeah. Pre-DH is very expensive now. If we took those same decks though, and we played them when we built them, it would have been like a tenth of the price, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, easily.
It's wild how much prices have changed, especially the reserve list, obviously. But
Like a deranged hermit is now a $40 card for some reason.
Hmm.
Used to be
Oh.
3.
oh my god,
Yeah, welcome to the reserve list, boys and girls.
People
That's
are-
how much a squirrel maker costs.
Commander players really like their squirrels. So
It's a great card.
It is a great
I love
card.
playing that thing.
yeah.
I'm glad I have a copy. I would not be buying one now.
No. All right, moving on. We got First Blood. This
Yeah.
seems
What?
this seems very appropriate. Tom
I
at
got
number
it.
1. I always associate Tom with Boros aggro, and this kind of confirms it.
I was the most aggressive player outside of Tom.
I believe it.
That is surprising.
Krim, you play a lot of like evasive beaters. I feel like that's kind of your brand as well. Like you
I
like
guess so,
human
yeah.
you like human sacrifice decks. You like
Yeah,
fairy
yeah.
decks. You like rogue decks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised because like I always feel like I'm like last.
Mhm.
But you know what? I guess ever since Phil joined, he's somebody who attacks even less than I do.
I'll be very
Weirdly enough,
surprised.
I think
Yeah.
I was ahead of this one in one stats episode, but it shocked me there, and this one doesn't shock me at all. Like, it shocks me that I attacked twice, actually.
Maybe the Kesky episode. You definitely attacked for that one.
Yeah,
that
for
sounds
sure,
like
yeah.
not enough value is being gained, Phil, if
Yeah.
you're attacking.
It's true.
Whoa. And I wonder if those 2 attacks are from like a Risen Reef.
Just because somebody was open.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
I feel like Phil doesn't even attack if he has like a 1/1 and somebody's open though.
No, at this point I'm scared because I get overrun in the early game. So I
Yeah.
try to include smaller creatures now as blockers, but I really want to keep them as blockers. I don't see much reason in swinging it for 1 if it's not
Yeah.
drawing me a card or something.
Fair enough. All right, moving on. We got Fair Magic in 2023 combo wins. There was very little combo winning, honestly, in this season.
This was me on back-to-back weeks.
Yeah,
as,
this
as
is just,
well.
It was just 2 from Tom, 1 from me, 1 from the guest, which I think that was Nearly on Gilmy. And then we
The
had
Driftnaught,
Yeah, that was the chef deck.
and then
it was Driftnaught, what Dominus
Oh,
Week.
you're right,
yes,
you're right,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
right,
on
you're
Dom
right,
this
you're right.
week he did
Build
the
up a
combo.
contraption there. I mean,
Yeah.
plus reanimating death triggers is the short form, but man, that was a complicated combo.
Yeah. And Krim is arguably with a combo because it
Mhm.
wasn't really
It's
wasn't
not a
really a
combo.
win.
It's not a combo.
Well, it
It's
was a
synergistic.
game.
It's synergistic.
It's a synergy.
It's-
What
Yeah,
is
it's
a combo? What
synergy.
is everything's a combo?
I mean, like, I have stayed true, by the way. If you look at every stats episode with a nice, polished, big 0, it's me. I always have 0. What does that
Fair
tell
enough.
you?
I
That
just
means
don't get to do them.
yeah. You see, Phil has combos. He just gets stopped. But what I love about this is that every season this tells you that if every combo in my deck list is more slots being taken away from troll cards. Just saying.
True.
Like I can't troll if I am adding win conditions. I can't
Yeah.
troll if there's, you know what I mean?
That's fair.
And that's the way you.
Count
That's the
Notion
way
Thief
you gotta
Windfall
look at it.
as a combo. Actually, I don't want to start the discussion again, but
It's not a combo. It's
seems like a
synergistic.
two-card combo, honestly.
It's not deterministic. It's not.
Yeah, true. But
I've got a
Thopter
especially in
sword isn't
Commander.
Right.
Yeah.
okay, no, let's not
Is
start
it
this
fair
again.
magic? Who knows?
Yes, it is. It is the fairest of magic. Too fair.
It is a
some would say.
3-1, to be fair. Like, it's very interactable.
But
He
it
just
has
kind of caught us
flash.
unawares.
But it has flash.
Yeah.
So you can't just be
No,
like,
come
sorcerer
on.
speed
It's
it.
not as difficult as, like, Narset. Narset's really tough to deal with because you can't, like, Doomblade it. You
Yeah.
can't Doomblade Notion Thief either. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
At least because Swords it.
Doomblade and Commander.
I will say, and I forgot to mention this during the pre-EH game, I heavily base my deck off of my best friend Kevin's deck. And as I mentioned, I was really tired of getting second multiple weeks. So I was like, I lost this deck for 7 months when I first started. I have to bring it. So I just wanted to mention, a shout out to Kevin, who I basically stole that deck from. It did exactly what it had did every single time I played against it, which is win convincingly.
Yeah, I had combos too. I just never. Oh, I got to one of them, which was
I didn't.
on the 6th drop week, which was nice.
Oh wait, there was that one week. Was that this season where we played not March of the Machine, whichever one had the new Venser, the 2-drop Venser? And
Yeah.
it
was,
oh yeah, you had the
one.
combo in that. Or you
No.
know?
I remember I caught the combo, right?
Yeah.
As I was building, it's like, oh, okay, cool. I could put this in there. It would combo off. I removed it intentionally.
Aw.
So that no
Nice.
matter what, there is no combo to be had other
I
than
like
love it.
pure,
combos. I'm still gonna run
other
them.
than pure sadness. Oh, you can combo as much as you want. I just choose not to.
Yeah,
Krim is pure of heart, it seems.
yeah. We'll see how the viewers respond.
As is Phil.
But I like combos.
I mean,
know
I
some of
play
the viewers
combos in almost
disagree.
every deck.
I was
honestly.
gonna
just
say,
don't
like,
get you
I
to-
like ending
This feels
the game.
weird. I feel like I've gone through your deck list before, and
Yeah.
they can win out of nowhere a lot of the time.
Yeah. Usually there's one combo, just two. I
Just
mean, I
end
own the
games.
deck. How am I gonna win?
Just
Like,
end
it's gotta be some way.
All right, moving on. We got wow, commander damage kills. Oh my god.
These are all Yargle, right?
Yeah.
Yargle.
Yeah.
Remember the Yargle game?
Three,
This is
very
all
It
Yargle.
early.
was
I killed
all
somebody who
Yargle.
killed me, but then I got just 3 commander kills, and it was just the same game. It was just Yargle.
Oh my god.
Just Yargle.
Yargle went around the table.
God, that game is still nuts to me. I can't believe that happened.
I kind of can.
Yargle is just
Is it a
having
good commander? Like I'm confused.
Fun. Yargle is just fair
I mean,
magic. What's
it
more
is
got
fair
Yargle.
than having no text on the card? What's more fair
That's
than that
nuts.
as a commander? Just
Absolutely
flavor
nuts.
text.
Lost to Yargle. Each of us got killed by commander damage.
Nothing to
Bonkers.
be ashamed about, friend. Yargle
we-
can take out anybody. All right,
We got Yargled.
Yargle.
It feels
We got
good.
Yargled.
All right,
Yeah.
moving
We
on.
bargled
An
and got
honor.
Yargled. Yeah.
It was great. I love it. Moving on. Boop. Actually playing the format. Playing the number of commanders. Like who casts the most amount of commanders per game. None of us went to 2 commanders on average. But we all went at least like 1.5 or higher, except for Krim. So
I'm surprised.
played a lot of
I-
commanders actually.
I usually cast my commander quite a bit now, ever since they gave free counter magic. Or
well,
more
you
of
did.
it.
You cast your commander like on average once per game, which I think sounds about
Maybe
right.
you just protect it with free
Like
counters now,
Seth
and then it
is
stays.
sub 1 for sure, right? Like he forgets what his commander is usually, so
I don't even think he knows he has a
Yeah.
commander still.
usually forgets to open that tab. But this seems about right, like 1.5 or higher. So between
Yeah,
one
the
and
person
2
who
times
cast
per
their
turn.
commander the most won the most.
Yeah.
This might be something to take back into the old brain there.
Maybe just keep casting Yargle. That's how I do it.
I don't think you had to recast the Yargle. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he does.
Phil
once.
Phil
He does
let
once.
you
Oh,
keep
twice, yeah.
Yargle.
Yeah,
Yeah, I distinctly remember Yargle being left
Twice.
around.
I know. I had to
I'm
recast
still
it, I
not sure
think,
about this
once.
one.
Yeah,
I
as a
think
matter
you
of
got,
fact,
like,
I remember
deluge.
being there and seeing that. Yeah, you know what? That's very real.
Look,
Mhm.
look. Yargle doesn't want to die. Yargle just wants the Bargle. All right, and
That's how the saying goes.
yep. And,
You're gonna have to
that's
build
what
this
it
deck in real life now, Tomer.
is. It's $69. You think I can afford that with YouTube money? Come on. Maybe one day.
One
The
day.
tube money.
Like and subscribe so I can afford my Yargle deck in real life. Okay, moving on. We've got group stats. So we're gonna go through each person.
Yay!
Well, first we're going to do collectively, like who played the most colors and all that stuff,
Mhm.
who played the
I can-
most type of
I think this is
cards.
the season.
And then we're going to go individual breakdowns. So
Oh, fun.
group-wise, we're going to look at colors played. Wow.
Ooh.
We were very Esper heavy this season, with very little red and very little green in comparison.
Very little green is weird.
White and black being the
It's
highest
not.
at 32, blue at 30.
Not in this pod.
I like red a lot. I play a lot of red. I think.
No. I mean the
usually
green
try
part.
to-
Oh, I
There's
don't think
literally
Green
a
is so
whole.
odd.
There's a whole player that just
yeah.
avoids green, right? So
Okay,
if
I
you
guess
think
There's
about
one
it.
person who prefers green, so kind of balances out a little bit, but I
Yeah,
guess not.
because Tom was here, there's way more green. Because, like, what is it? Before, I mean, as usual, I am heavily in black. I play black in every deck.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's shown, right?
But very little love for red. That's kind of disappointing. I love red.
I love
We
Grixis.
did have a lot of very restricted themes this
Yeah. We
episode.
did. There was
this
literally a-
season, and there were not too many episodes, so this might skew it 22.
Yeah, that's
seems
true.
a lot.
That's true.
There was an episode we literally couldn't play red.
That's
not
true.
for nothing.
Oh,
That's
right.
true.
That
One
probably
episode where
helped.
red was banned, so yeah.
Literally banned.
So I wouldn't look
Uh,
too deep into this, but it is kind of interesting still.
It is still quite interesting. I think that makes sense for the play group.
Yeah. So in terms of color combos, a lot of mono white,
Mono
actually,
white.
which is at the highest, which is kind of rare. Esper, Demir, I wonder why. black,
No Jund.
Abzan, no Jund.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh no, zero Jund, yeah.
Jund.
Zero Jund, zero Selesnya, there's zero a lot of stuff.
I changed it up this season. Grixis isn't at the top, so whatever anyone has to say, character development arc, all right? Character development
Sure,
arc.
this character
Mono
development.
White being at the top is really interesting. I think Mono White's at the top specifically because of the restrictive themes, though.
Yeah,
We had so many times where, like, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
the thing we had to do.
I played Darien for 1 week for
Mhm.
pre-DH, and then I played Heliod for the Mono Burn week, at least. So
Right.
2 of those are mine.
Then I brought my Mono
Jareth.
White trash pile deck.
Yeah, your Jareth, which was your first deck.
Yeah.
So those are kind of locked in. So just so happens to be very focused on that this week or this season.
Still not something I would have guessed
No.
that Mono White
No
would have been the most
Rakdos
played.
is weird, I think.
Yeah.
Like, Jund is pretty specific because it doesn't have many commanders, but 2-color combos missing is it's weird. Celestia as well.
hmm
Yeah.
Also, people were really hyped on Elspeth and the Thomnus, the Panharmonicon and stuff. So
hmm
I think those are the last 2. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got most played cards. Wow. Lightning.
Wow.
People really like
No,
Lightning
don't
Beast.
show Richard that swords though at the bottom. Don't show Richard that swords at the
Dang.
bottom.
Yeah, he'd be.
Ooh, CK
absolutely
restoration.
zero.
I
He
mean,
would
sure,
he would
that's
be
it.
having an attack. He'd be having a personal moment right now, flipping out.
There's a lot of green cards here, despite being one of the least played colors. We have Nature's Lore, 3
Tom and
visits,
Phil.
a Turtle Witness.
Tom and Phil combined
Every green
together.
deck, right?
Yeah, like it's and if it
Cultivate
isn't a green deck,
Farseek,
it becomes
Farewell.
a green deck for Tom
Yeah.
and Phil.
Yeah.
So
Farewell and Austere Command is kind of interesting that both see play. And
Well-
Austere just won under Farewell.
I see that first off, y'all are eating your vegetables, or if I don't
Yeah,
know
buddy.
if that's y'all or that's me specifically. If my deck had white, it played Farewell, and
Yeah, I'm not sure about
oftentimes
both. But
I
Farewell
played
for
both.
Sure.
I played both because I love my modal sweepers.
I love an Austere Command, so I would try and at least, if I was playing white, I'd like to run that at least a little bit. Solemn Simulacrum, I love seeing the solid sad robot in there. That's a solid card.
Yeah.
Like everyone was just like, yeah, we'll just throw it. There's still room for Solemn.
It's interesting because I feel like that's probably the most controversial card on our list because I know this is like a more modern movement where people are like, oh, Solemn Simulacrum, the most overhyped card in
They're wrong.
Commander.
I don't
I
even
do
play
think
it
they're
It's
anymore.
wrong.
good to play.
All those people are wrong.
I
They're
really
very-
don't
like
even
them
play it.
if there's like synergies, and
But-
I just find a lot of decks happen to still run it. Like if I'm an artifact deck, I still like it. If I'm in a deck that's like mono black
Get a
coffers,
waste
I
or
still
two.
like it. You know, like
Yeah.
there's a lot.
Sure.
of stuff.
So it is more specific than it used to be.
yeah,
I think right.
but it
but,
fits
like,
so
that-
many
and that-
archetypes. I think.
Well, maybe for in Tomerland where you play a bunch of basics, right? But you got to remember people like Seth and I who
Oh, boy.
play less basics than ever, all MDFCs. That's why, like at this point, like Cultivate only has exactly maybe 2 hits in my deck,
Oh my god!
even if I wanted to play it, right?
are we
Because
saying
I'm-
bring back Blood Moon?
I mean, if you brought Blood Moon, the differences between like my
Price of
3-color
Progress I
deck.
ran in a game.
Uh huh.
What
Oh,
what
yeah.
is the difference between playing like if I get Blood Moon, right?
Yeah.
Versus me playing a ton of more basics and still not having my right colors. It's the same thing. I can't
No.
do anything, right? So like it's all the same.
How many times do I get mana screwed from just?
It's
running a lot
not
of
mana. I'm not
basics?
talking about mana screw. I'm
Color
talking about like
screwed.
color screwed, right?
I
But
don't-
You know, I think Krim is actually correct, and the best is actually shows it in the stats. It's the reason why you see Nature's Lore in 3 visits as more copies than Cultivate, right? Because Lore in 3 visits get you your Triomes or your Spar's headquarters and stuff like that.
It's also 2 mana.
Whereas-
So.
But
Probably.
it's still
But-
it works a lot better in the multicolored decks that people play most often. Whereas Cultivate can only get basics. Like if you're playing a 4-color Atraxa deck, it makes a lot more sense to play like a Farseek than a Cultivate.
yeah.
Even if it is like a lower mana
Or-
cost,
or
it's going to
Skyshroud
give you access
Claim.
to more colors.
Yep.
Yeah, usually splash.
So I
via
definitely see where you're coming
forest,
from, Grim.
not-
I think that could be the
not
way,
ideal.
especially with the Triomes being a lot more easy to get nowadays and stuff like that, and them being reprinted
no,
more
I'm
often.
gone.
We could see that being the case going forwards a lot more commonly.
I agree with that. I do think though there's more room for basics than Krim would actually run or Seth. I still run them, And I like my
Greaves is still the king, though.
Greaves is
Gotta
still
love
the
it.
KFCs.
I think that
There's a
would be
Wayfarer's
more,
bauble all the way
more
down there, by the way.
overhyped for me than Solemn, actually. I cut Greaves a lot now. Unless I need the haste. I really like it as a haste enabler, because 0 mana. Player creature, 0 equip. That's really good. Shroud, though, if I just want for Shroud, I usually use other cards now. But if I want to haste and Shroud, oof, it's very good. Or just haste, you know.
Still costs like a nice amount of money in real life too.
Yeah, it's
Odd that
popular
card.
still. All right, we move on to a better look at the cards that we're running. So for creatures, Solemn is at the top. For Planeswalkers, this makes me really happy. Oko at the
Sun
top.
Titan.
I feel like that's like all Phil, because
Mm-hmm.
I just remember Phil playing it at least once. And Nature's Lore at the top for green. I mean, nothing really beats Nature's Lore 3 visits, right? It comes you have to play a tap too. So if you want to just curve out
Those
further,
3 spells are the same spell.
no, Farseek.
Oh no, I think we just lost Phil.
What?
Look. Oh yeah,
Oh no.
Phil disconnected.
I don't know. I don't see anybody's faces because I minimized
How did
it
we
for
play
editing.
Plague Mirror 5 times? What?
Oh,
Because-
I played Infect at least twice.
Okay.
Because of how thematic we were, I don't think I had the chance to play as much opposition agent.
Tireless Tracker, that's definitely all Phil.
Yeah.
There's
There's so
a lot
much
of really
green
weird ones
here.
on here.
It's so
It's
much
I know.
green.
because
Yeah.
Tom and Phil, and then
Yeah,
you.
buddy.
Yeah, but we didn't see that much green in general, which is very weird.
Because Tom. Okay, gotta remember, Richard didn't. Right? Richard most likely wouldn't. And then there's me. I would avoid it like the plague. And then then that would just leave you and like maybe like occasionally Seth, and then every time Phil.
I think what
Right,
it
like-
means though, like, is if you there's less green decks, but if you make a green deck, you're going to be running these cards over and over again.
I mean,
Right?
yeah, green is cookie cutter.
Because like
Right?
if
'Cause
white,
green.
yeah, because like white was
green
more
has
popular
staples.
than green, but we don't see that same level of like high number of white cards played.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good point that you're bringing up, Tomer and Krim. It is very much like the cards that you see that are green, that are being played so often, is because this is just the green ramp package.
mhm.
Like, if you're playing a green deck, unless you're playing, like, a very low to the ground, I don't need ramp, like, maybe like a werewolf deck can kind of get away without running this much ramp. Like, if you're playing a regular green deck, you're trying to get to your commander, play bigger spells, like the Avengers Zendikar that's played 6 times here. So that's why you see this whole green ramp package sitting here just waiting to be used. What's interesting is that you also see very similar white cards being played multiple times. Teferi's Protection being played multiple times, as we mentioned previously, Farewell Austere commands. And it looks like our play group doesn't like Planeswalkers that much because they don't really see a lot of play, which I find kind of interesting.
I don't get to play them.
Oh, you don't? They just don't get cast?
I also like, if I'm gonna play Planeswalkers, I don't just play 1 or 2. I play a lot because
Super
1 or
fun.
2, it's always gonna die. It's gonna die every time.
There's a Soren Markov played twice, which I think is kind of cute.
I'm a big fan.
Like,
of the... Oh yeah,
Outside of
Azor
Ugin,
Markov.
Ugin is like a sweeper, and if it gets to live,
Yeah.
then it's even better. But
Yeah.
every time, it's pretty much a sweeper. And just like how Garruk Primal Hunter is always just a draw X card.
Mhm.
Which is
I've
how it was used both times.
Yeah. I've never seen Garruk stay around. Like, I've never just like, what if somebody wanted to see what Garruk did outside of draw cards? I don't think I've ever seen him make a beast.
Yeah, who's just making beasts? Who's just +1?
No. I feel like Oka's kind of similar too, where like you just turn a commander into an elk and then you peace out. That's great.
Usually sticks around a bit longer because that huge amount of, loyalty as well, which is pretty cool. 2 MDFCs in the spell list is actually pretty cool as well.
Mhm.
Both Seagate Restoration and Ondu Inversion making that representation. Not bad.
And honestly, if I had more, I don't know how Hagra Mauling. I know Hagra Mauling is in every deck of mine. So I don't know how that's not on
It
here.
got be maybe on your personal list. Probably it's going to show up. But I got edged out by
be.
all these sweet green cards. All right.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, we're gonna keep moving on. Phil will come back at some point.
I was
I'm
going to
sure.
say, should we pause and wait for, should we call Phil back? Or?
No time.
Okay.
So because I know we're like on a time limit, so We'll
all
just keep trucking on, and he'll join us again soon enough.
I can't wait for the next one just to be Phil cards. It's like, all right, well,
yeah. All right.
okay.
So moving on from most play cards, more most play cards. Ha! Never mind. I lied.
Hey!
Arcane Signets.
Arcane Signet actually edged out Lightning Greaves. So I guess I forgot to mention on the previous thing, when we were showing like the most play cards, we ignored like Soul Ring, Arcane Signet. I'm actually surprised Soul Ring showed up so much because it was banned.
The moment we were allowed to, the moment it was
Yeah.
off the house ban, everyone was like, all right,
There were two. At
Yeah,
least
but
two,
wait.
Ring in there.
right? There was
Let's-
our
let-
first
let's-
decks and pre-DH. So
but,
that's 8.
but let me add, but how do we have 2 extra ones?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Oh, you know what? I think it was. I
Oh.
remember this. It was thematically sound to add Soul Ring.
Hey, Phil,
For-
welcome back.
Heyo.
Welcome back.
We
Phil.
played a lot of
deck?
Arcane Signets.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was. There was a theme deck that I was playing, and I know Soul Ring was in it.
Maybe the jewelry
where are
deck
we?
too for
Oh, I
Sentry?
think I was allowed to play it in my Artificer deck as well because it
Yeah.
was a ring.
Wait, yeah, 10? So, makes sense. We had
Yeah, there's-
artifacts and soaring. That makes sense, actually.
Ooh.
We had pre-DH,
Yeah.
all decks. That's
I also
8
might have ran
already.
it in Yargle and Multani because I build a budget deck for my article and then I don't always like update it. So not that I would have updated it for Commander Clash for the recording, but I still submit the same deck list. So I might
Yeah.
not have updated the deck list.
Okay, there's one big thing on here that I cannot believe.
What?
Ancient Tomb was played more than Forest and Mountain. What?
That makes sense actually.
I mean,
yeah.
That
Forest
is
and Mountain were the
bonkers.
lowest colors, right? And
I
Ancient
play
Tomb,
it
Ancient Tube is
I
so
play
every
every
deck.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
so-
Ancient Tomb
Every
is a
deck.
busted land.
That is crazy to
man.
me.
A
It's
busted
pretty much
land.
Soul
Not
Ring.
bad.
It's pretty much Soul Ring.
It's a land that taps for 2 mana immediately with no strings attached. Well, you lose 2 life, but like, who cares?
yeah.
Who
I
cares?
guess there are some strings attached because we've seen how low my life
no,
gets.
but then you say then you get to say like if you play it, you're really like people will be like, who should I attack? And we're like, not me. I'm at the lowest life total.
I always attack the Ancient Tomb player. Oh gosh, no. Oh yeah, okay, cool. You're ramping. Let's attack you
Yeah.
first.
But usually you could get away with it if they're
Also-
unsuspecting.
Do you see that? You see those meat hooks? The Meatball Massacre?
Meat
At
Hook
the
Massacre is
top.
a very good card.
I've been playing that in as pretty much as often as I could, and I'm pretty sure all 6 of those Bitter Blossoms are me.
Yep.
Yeah. Although I think I played it once. I
maybe-
just ordered.
Phil, I think I know who's playing all those collective restraints, actually.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
think
say I
that's-
thought it was
that's
really
the Phil
interesting.
Special.
There's the propaganda package, the Ghostly Prison propaganda collective
yeah,
restraint.
It's
If
all
someone
Phil.
played one, they played all
That's
3.
all Phil.
That's
I
all
usually
Phil.
run only propaganda and collective restraint.
And
Although if
Ghostly.
I'm blind, probably Ghostly. I just got a Meat Hook Massacre in paper and paid $40 for it. So
Oh boy.
Yup.
Ooh,
That's considered
That's a
cheap.
mythic.
That's a
That's
pricey
cheap.
one.
That's
I
a lot of
guess.
Phyrexian arenas. I am surprised.
Yeah, that's a lot of
you liked it so
outdated
much.
cards. Tom, is that you?
Yeah, 100%. I love a Phyrexian Arena. I
That's
love that
fair.
card.
Seth
We,
was
I
there.
think we talked
Black
about it at
Market
length at one point.
Connections. Let's just play the updated one.
No, but you see, if you play the Phyrexian Arena, people don't see you drawing those cards somehow. You just draw 2,
Oh,
you lose a life.
sure.
No one pays attention. Keep going.
I
It's
don't
great.
know.
I won't be
They
like,
do.
oh my god, he has a Phyrexian Reven and we have to stop him.
Yeah, you just kind of it's better than Rhystic Study that way. Rhystic Study, you have to let everybody know when you're drawing cards. Phyrexian Arena, you just kind of get to hang out, just like, oh yeah, 2 cards. Keep going.
I'm glad we don't have any Rhystic Study on this list.
Yes.
No, for
know.
no reason at all. Good stuff. All right, moving on.
Technically,
Warstone,
there. I think there
like it.
was. But it was been only once, and it was for pre-DH.
Yeah,
I played
because,
it in my first deck as well, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But
yeah.
Don't be.
Yeah.
So
Don't
we'll,
be.
We'll see where it is.
It's a fine
You should
card.
be. You should be. All right, moving on.
I think actually in the first episode ever, I played Rhystic Study and realized that no, I'm never going to play it again. So yeah.
I mean,
Hooray.
yeah.
Lesson learned. Anyway,
And we get to learn more about Tomer's card selections here.
yeah. So we're going to
Let's
go more
dive in.
personalized. We're going to go to every single person, starting
The
with me. Clash
winningest
on.
player this season.
I didn't get to say Clash on a single time, so I feel like this is a what's it called? This is not like a correct quote.
Mislabeled.
Mislabeled, yeah. No Clash ons for me. Sad times. All right, moving on. Oh my god, I didn't play any red.
Where the red at?
What happened?
Oh, how'd all this green get here?
I like green. I don't know. I don't mind green. My
white.
favorite colors are red and blue, so I like playing those a lot. But
From your chart, I don't think so.
well,
but
that doesn't
I
make
played
sense.
mono white at least 2 times, right? For Darien and Heliod. I don't know about the other ones. I guess Ixil was Abzan and stuff. So Jeskai was Zedru. But yeah, not a lot of red. Interesting. Yeah, color combinations: Esper, Abzan, Blacklist, KNT, blue, 5 colors. Yeah. We always go extra 5.
you even
colors.
had mono green one time, Tomer.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. What was that? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, because I played Mono Green Tron. Oh god, that deck was disgusting. That deck was that deck
Oh,
was
that
evil.
was the week I brought Boros Mill.
That's the one I felt a little bit bad about. When I put Crimp to like 3 permanents on the board. Actually no, I like that part, but the rest I didn't like. It was great. It was
Okay.
pretty nasty. But yeah. Lots of white, lots of Esper, lots of Abzan. Alright. Most big cards. They all make sense. They're just like good utility. Lots of Cage Sun. Nice. I like that a lot
Bane
in
of
mono white.
Progress.
Temple Discovery never became relevant. I think it's still bugged online. No, they fixed the bug recently, actually. So
Oh,
rejoice, Phil.
Yeah.
Tom, do you say yes to Temple of Discovery if somebody tempts you?
No.
No.
I look at the person straight in the face and I say no.
Yeah, I
Wow.
know, sadly.
That's
I
literally
also
what
say
happened,
no.
I think, during
This
that
season.
game, is I said, no, I have morals. I'm not using the Temple of Discovery.
I'm
Temple
gonna miss
Discovery-
you.
And everybody else
I'm gonna
broke.
miss you, Tom.
Everybody
I'm gonna
else
miss you so
broke.
much. Seth's coming back and he's gonna say yes every single time.
Yes.
Tempt with Discovery is a 4-mana Farseek or whatever.
No.
That's all it is.
That's
you
it.
only
That's all
get
you
one.
get.
It's a
That's
4-mana
all
ramp
you get.
out 4 every single time.
Responsibly gaming.
Seth
I can't
is coming
believe
back. I'm putting Tempt of Discovery in every single one of my green decks. I'm not
already
even
do.
thinking about it. Oh god.
Oh, man.
Ugh.
Interesting seeing the Bane of Progress in there. I know part of that's from your 6-drop tribal deck, but you play it into other builds as well.
Mono green.
It's a great
Tron.
card.
Yeah.
Wait, it's a
To
6
see
drop?
more play as the days go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I thought it cost 5.
It's 6.
No.
Yeah,
It
it's
feels
6.
like it costs 5 because people get it out early. It's just so good in green
yeah.
because all of your acceleration is land based. Everybody else's acceleration is artifact based.
Oh, I
And then
played
you
in
put people
Black
back to
Fire.
the Stone Age and you have an 11-11 in play.
Yep. It's busted. It's the bane of my existence because like half my paper decks are artifact decks. So every single time I'm just waiting until the green player banes me out of the game.
And
Ugh.
that's kind of what happens.
Yeah. Moral of the story: don't play artifact decks. Basically.
They're
Is
also
that the moral?
broken. So, artifact decks. Also, moral of the story is don't play artifact decks. Cause
No, man. Slicer the best boy. Creatures, green cards, white cards, live
Tainted
Tainted Strikes.
Plague
Tainted
Mirror
Strikes.
twice.
It's fine. Yeah, lots
You
of green
played
and white.
all the Banes this season, by the way.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Tom-
I'm a little scamp. I like beta
Tomer played a
progress.
nice amount of Infect this season, actually. He got
Yeah.
kind of shuttled that way.
Yeah, I played at least. Tainted Strike was in Yargle, Ixo, and the Poison Week. So,
Invasion of Alara, I think actually when you played it, looked pretty good.
mm-hmm.
I'll back you on Invasion of Alara being a good card.
That was a fun card. I think it's bugged online, like you can't copy an artifact, but I don't see how that's relevant.
Oh, talking about it, I just thought about this while editing my video today.
Hmm.
Invasion of Alara combos with Displacer Kitten, if anybody wants some tips. Not gonna make a video about it, but you cast the spell and then you flicker it and cast it again. Needs a little bit of deck building. But yeah, Displacer Kitten. Ooh,
That silly
broke it
kitten.
again.
It's like
So
it's like
Displacer
when,
Kitten can combo off with
it's
stuff?
like when somebody says that it combos of Dockside Extortion. So like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, does it really?
Oh, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Everything combos with Displacer
Wait,
Kitten.
does this combo of Paradox Engine? Yeah, okay. Oh boy. No, but yeah, Displacer Kid is very good. I like Invasion though.
Also, Richard's got his eye on you. Look at that second to last spell there. Richard's watching you right now.
It's
So-
been going steadily down, I must say. That might be the
His
Richard
eye is
influence.
twitching.
That might be the Richard influence. All right, we'll move on.
Only one MDFC
Uh,
in that list, by the way.
uh,
Yeah, just
Just the
the
Malekith
rebirth,
River.
right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
best
Tomer
Yeah.
MDFC.
Oh wait, no. Why did I think we had a creature one?
No,
we
I
had
think
that
Standard
one.
Flora.
I think
No?
there would be a couple left, but they're like cut off at 2. So
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, as someone who champions MDFCs, not a lot listed here, buddy.
I run the best one, which is Rebirth, so that counts.
That's
for something.
weird because all of them are the best one except for Zone Consumption. That one's not good.
Most fate artifacts all make sense, pretty much. Phyresis is the top one.
Howling Mine.
Sure. Howling Mine.
3
for,
glistening spheres. How do you feel about glistening sphere?
it's really good if you're in Proliferate, I guess. Which I did 3 times, I guess. But it's okay. Like, it's really hard to get it online, right? Like, you have to be in an Infect deck, and if you're in an Infect deck, then it's very good. Outside of it, not so much.
Fair.
If it's not tapping for 3, I don't think it's very good. Or if you can blink it. But, yeah. Fly.
Tomer, why do you have Karma twice?
What?
Fly.
You have
Okay.
Karma
I remember the
twice.
first time you played it.
I know you
played
had
a
him
Karma
pre-DH.
Urborg deck.
Oh, yeah, I played Karma Urborg. I did that
Right.
twice. One with one with Darien and one for Burn Week.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay.
Because it deals
There
damage.
you go.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the same thing. Royal Decree is the exact same card, by the way, except it's a little bit worse because
Yep.
it has cumulative upkeep. So, yeah.
There's the Angelic Renewal for the Sun Titan lock. I see it.
Yep. That was,
I see you.
That was there
All right.
for that. A lot of basics, as you can see, as an honest gamer. Command Tower,
Yeah.
then
Oh my
4
god.
basics.
Plains, Forest, Island, Swamp. No mountains for. I don't see a mountain
I
on
was-
that land list.
I was very low on red this week, or this season. I'm
Yeah.
very sad. I need to fix that next season for sure. All right, I think that should be
Well,
all
I mean,
for-
you won the most this season, so maybe you don't.
No.
Maybe this is Tomer without red going forwards.
No, I feel like Tomer's gonna need to go full Pillar Fort or something next season with some red. I don't know if red could do Pillar Fort.
Maybe next season we help keep Tomer honest. He's pulling
There
too
you
far
go.
ahead here.
There you go.
Precons,
As honest as-
honest magic.
As
what?
honest as we can,
Oh,
because
no.
Phil is gonna do some busted stuff that I'll immediately have to take a detour and then use all my
Oh, no.
resources on.
I was just a little guy. I was just a little hanging out.
Just a little
Just
guy.
a little scamp,
Just a
I
little
believe, is the
scamp.
next line here.
All right, we'll move
Scamp.
on to somebody else now. It is Krim. Don't worry about what's in my hands. Yeah, that's
I don't.
accurate.
I feel like that's also a
It's all
misrepresented
lands.
quote.
Asterisk. It's
I
all
said
lands.
I would say I have a lot of lands, and it would be
Yeah.
true. I
Yeah,
just would not.
yeah.
I would leave out the one like
Sure.
actual stuff.
Yeah, with the farewell.
Or my personal favorite is actually tell you that I have counter spells, and people don't believe me or do believe me. I don't know.
That's the best way to do it. Like,
I
I totally have a Doomblade. And they're like,
Make 'em
oh, whatever.
have
And
it.
you're like, no, I do
Some-
have this card.
Sometimes I just read out what's in my hand, literally. So it's just like
And then
I don't know,
sometimes
maybe.
I don't believe you because you lie
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
So we'll see.
All right,
what
so
the
his
comment
least played
section-
color is going to be red, right?
Oh,
100%?
oh no,
Oh, it's gonna
No,
be
it's
green.
green.
Krim is the number 1 green hater in
Oh,
Commander.
boy.
Speaking
In
of number
Magic,
one,
actually.
there's exactly one deck. yeah.
Were you
I
forced to
hate
run
green. Yeah, well, I mean Thalia.
Oh,
The Thalia
yeah.
Gitrug deck.
You volunteered
was-
for green though, so that's
Right,
on
right.
you.
It was either that
I'm
or
not
I
sure
mean,
if you played even like a single green spell, if I remember that
Collector
game. It
Oof.
was like
Collector.
only
I
like
played
Censor. Oh, oof. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, and then
Yeah,
you put
yeah.
like Lotus
Basically a white card.
Cobra
Why is that green?
into
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Dryad,
Oh,
into
yeah,
Life
yeah.
of the
Yeah,
Loam. He
yeah.
played a lot of
I-
green
I
cards.
played-
Great,
played
right?
green.
Hmm?
no,
He loves it.
It didn't feel great at all. I mean, honestly, I it's so funny to me that like Card Market did a video of AI generated cards, and the machine AI knows that I hate green because it generated a 2/2 green elk creature that just literally says protection from Krim.
Nice.
So I am on the board. So when Skynet happens, I'm going first. The internet, the machine knows. It knows.
It knows the exact game to play. It's like,
Jeez.
all right, let's play Magic for your life. I'm playing green. It's like, oh, they got me.
Yeah, it's just
Why
the
are you
8
playing
copies
Great
of
Sable
Yellow
Stag?
Summer.
Yeah.
Just-
To no
Oh,
one's
man.
surprise, though, blue and black front runners,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm,
Black has to be my most played color. It has to be
Yeah.
my most played color.
No, I
Season
love
after
for red.
season, I'm always playing black. Well, I mean, red is like kind of like the one I bring along because
Yeah.
it's in Grixis.
for Demir.
It's in Grixis, yeah.
That makes sense.
You can't play Thraximundo without red. You can't play not cryptic, sorry.
Cruel.
A Cruel Ultimatum without red.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's a required part of the casting cost.
All right. What cards were you running? Oh, no. What color combos? Demir, Esper, Grixis. Wow. What a surprise.
Wow, black there. Who would have thought?
Where's green at? Abzan,
Okay.
1.
Let it be known, though, okay, that
Mhm.
this is also the first season where I actually played Jeskai. Or maybe not the first season, but very rarely do I play Jeskai. It doesn't have black, so I just never play it. I'm closer to playing Sultai than I think I am to Jeskai just because it has black. So, I don't know. It's kind of wild.
I think you could enjoy a Sultai deck. Sultai decks are a blast.
I used to have one. I didn't like it.
Because there's too much green in
Fair
there?
enough.
Yeah, I just didn't like the green. As soon as green enters the color pool of your deck, it takes over. As you had mentioned, I'm not even joking. There's about 9 auto includes in green once you play green.
Well, that's just like mana, right? Like, you just put your
Yeah,
Farseeks
sure,
and
but they
whatnot.
are auto includes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
And
kinda true.
and then it's like, okay, well, if Phil, if you like having fun and playing less boring stuff, why would you want to include 9 auto includes every time?
yeah, I
That's
give you
not
that,
even-
and it's
They
true.
let you play your fun stuff.
Yeah.
That is-
No,
It lets you
but-
cast your Ogos.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you think about it, so you have the 9 auto includes, then you have the auto includes for like, your personal cards, the things you like playing, your pet cards. Then
I
realistically,
mean, I'm not
there's
gonna complain about them, right? If it's my pet cards.
Yeah.
Right. Your pet. Well, once my pet cards plus the auto includes of green come in, then you have no deck list slots left. So I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
Phil-
a green
Phil
deck
was-
without spell ramp. Like
And Phil
Lonis
was the-
doesn't
yeah.
play any. Sometimes. Yeah, I don't
Phil
know.
was the reason
You are-
Tyler Stracker was up there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, he's repping it. All right, we'll see what your auto includes are, Krim,
Yeah.
because we're going to go over to your cards that are played. Damnation 7
And
out of
Haggard
12.
Mauling, there you go.
Krim.
Called shot.
Haggard Mauling,
Wow.
6. Half of your decks have Haggard Mauling, Mana Drain, Lightning Greaves. You're a big fan of Lightning Greaves as well.
Meat Hook. Nice amount of MDFCs
Cyclonic
here.
Rift.
Let's
That's a
talk
lot,
about
Damnation.
Sort of body and mind.
Sort of body. Wow, jeez.
Just when you got a theme, sticking to it. I love it.
This is your
This
Cauldron
is-
moment, man.
You
This
gotta
is literally
keeping kayfabe alive over here. What's going on?
Dang.
The
sort
most
of body
anti-green
and
thing
mind.
I've seen in my entire life. It's just all wraths and just
It's all rats and counters.
Jesus Christ, this is insane.
and a bitter blossom and the dream of equipping a sword of body and mind on my token.
People
With a
say
mod.
we don't run a lot of removal in Commander Clash, and maybe that's true, but Krim's definitely holding it up for us.
Yes, he is.
There is a lot of removal in the game, alright? Let's say that.
Yeah. Also, Glasspool Mimic. I throw that in anything with blue, by the
Oh,
way.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
things with blue.
Once again, I'm surprised that Chroma's Will isn't up there. I know
I mean-
I'm usually anytime you have like 3 creatures on board, I'm like, oh no, am I getting double strike protection from everything to death now? Is it happening?
No, you all did the right thing. You killed me first. I wonder if this list is why I died first.
I mean,
the
it's
rats,
lessons
a
to
laundry
learn.
list of removal. I wonder. And the sword's fine. All
Oh,
right.
no, Tomer. Last game of the season, I remember, I have to bounce the sword or else I can't block.
Okay,
So it
so-
was, again, an Avengers level threat. I'm just saying.
I also thought you'd kill me, but then I just attacked you, and then I realized you would have to block with the shield. You didn't.
Yeah.
But you would have had to live, so.
I
No,
think
no.
my favorite part about this stat is that there is not a single creature listed besides an MDFC.
No.
Bitter Blossom. That's like a creature.
That makes
Not a
creatures, yeah,
single
kinda.
creature listed besides Glassfold Mimic. I can't wait to see what his most played creatures are now.
Sort of Body and Mind makes creatures, kind of, maybe.
Yeah,
if it ever,
yeah.
if it ever
There-
did anything.
As the saying goes in my Twitch
Yeah.
chat, there are 2 wolves inside me, and they are of body and mind.
Oh, God.
Oh
Alright.
my god.
Let's
All
take
right.
a deeper dive.
I
into your
gotta see these
cards.
creatures.
Let's see
Okay,
these
Opposition
creatures.
Agent, there it is.
Yeah. Ooh, Void Walkers, brutal. Icarats.
V-Click,
Bigger rats. Yeah,
Yeah,
2
I guess.
poison.
Kalidas.
2 copies, it's...
I saw you dominate a game with Kalidas on the on that show with Kibler, which I forget the name of, Commander at Home.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Commander
yeah.
at Home. Yeah, Kalidas does work. He's one of my
Gross.
favorites as well. I don't know where Mirror Convert came from. I think that, oh, wait, that's from the
Infect week, probably.
Infect week and then the Proliferate week.
Mhm.
So there's to Proliferate deck and Infect week. That's how few creatures I play. I can tell you which episodes.
Only 3 opposition agents. That's kind of surprising,
I
especially
know.
because Black
I
is the
know.
most played color.
I feel like whenever
Yeah.
he played it, we saw it in play, though.
Yeah.
Just magically, like, lifted to his hand.
Also, when people say like I don't run spot removal, well, like when Crim's on the battlefield and he's running Black, like you always have to have opposition agent. Like I know now. I respect
What do
the
you-
heck out of agent. You know
what are
this.
you talking about?
I like think twice before I do anything that says search your library. Like I'm like, all right,
Well,
yes,
but
3 mana
opposition
up.
agent only stops searching, not drawing. Why? That has nothing to do with think twice.
I love seeing the
Ugh.
Jace, the party Jason there with Planeswalkers. That was for
Yeah.
the
Oh,
Lorwyn week,
yeah.
I think. That's
Yeah,
why
that
Jace
was.
Blaren's
Sorry,
in there.
Jace.
Yep. I don't know why I'm playing Jace the Living Guild pack. That must have been a meme.
I think it was
Why?
the untapped. Was it the untapped deck? That...
Oh, man.
Jace the Living Guild pack? No.
Wait,
There-
which one
there-
is this actually?
There should
The-
be a Jace. Maybe Jace the Living Guild pact is wrong because that should be Jim, right? Jace and Genius Mind Mage. I did play that for the Pinger deck for Mono Blue Burn deck.
Yeah, I didn't know which one.
Okay, I think we figured it out. That's supposed to be Jim.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So Manage Rain's in
Love
there.
Arcane
More
Denial.
MZFCs.
I
I,
like it.
love it.
3 Achroma as well.
that's
I
low.
flipped one with Italy, and I think we died twice to it. At least it feels like it. So I guess we've seen all copies of it. At least it feels like it.
You
I
definitely
will
see my
say-
deck.
Krim seems like the most responsible. He's playing his Feed the Swarms for his enchantment removal. He's trying to be productive. I like it.
And where did it get him?
Last, apparently.
Yeah, being responsible gets you killed at a table. It's a thankless job.
It's
I
the
get it.
worst. It's
Just
the worst.
remember, y'all should play more removal. Crammy plays too much removal.
Or just play faster. That's all you have to do. Try to
I
win
do play
faster.
fast. It's land go.
No, it's
or no land go. One
Try
or
to
the
win
other.
faster. That's all.
I can't wait to see how
win
low the
faster.
basics are
Yeah,
under
let's see.
land.
Let's see.
They gotta be
We'll
like
move
all the way
on.
at the bottom, right?
Artifact.
Swap's number
lands. Yeah,
Well, mono blue and mono black week.
Ancient
remember
Tomb,
that.
the second most played.
No forest, but there's a
8
mountain
out
at
of
the end
12
there.
decks have an Ancient Tomb in them. Wow.
Look
Makes
who else
sense.
is playing Phyrexian Arena. Not for nothing.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I
for
think,
him.
but that was because
That's more
thematically
than
it made
0.
sense.
Oh, thematic.
A
lot of
Thematically,
signets.
although,
Correct.
A lot of
But-
signets.
but that
You love a
Body
signet.
and Mind and Bitter Blossom and Meatball Massacre right there.
Yeah.
Don't let that deafening silence fool you. I don't know how that got in my deck or that counterbalance.
Wait,
Never
what?
seen
Gross.
these cards before.
There's a Death Grip. I saw the Death Grip. Death Grip didn't work. Scared of
No,
that
it
card. I had to
didn't. It got
exile it.
removed.
It
got
I had to
almost-
exile that right away.
immediately.
I was like, my
Yeah.
deck can't function.
No reason that can function. He has a Painter Servant as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, very sweet. Move on for the sake of time. Zip. Tom.
Oh, hey, look. Hi.
Hey, Tom. Hashtag
MTG that is
MTG
fair.
that. Yeah. Congrats.
Congrats again.
Yes.
Super happy about it. Not as happy going back to work on Monday, but hey,
Yeah.
you do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Hope
I
get
so
used to
I can call my most played color. It's got to be green. It might be
Green?
black, but I think it's green.
I always pegged you as like Boros, so I
Or
feel
red.
like I
It
want
could
to
be
say
red,
white
white.
because you played at least Jareth.
Oh, it
one
could
time.
be white. It really could be white.
I'm betting white. So let's see. Whoa!
It is. Oh, I didn't play any green. Oh no,
Wow! so
I'm part of the problem.
You played more blue than green. Wow, you don't play blue much.
Oh man.
So what was it? Just Phil?
I think it was.
It might
just
have been.
Phil. Maybe.
Tomer,
Wow.
you were currently sitting at 7 decks that had green. So
This
actually,
is,
does Phil? I think what is it? 22 decks total. So if Tom has 4, you have 7. I have 1. The rest is all Phil.
Sounds good to me, honestly. Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Wait, so is this all Boros? I gotta see what this.
It has to be like
breaks out into.
Mardu stuff, right?
I
You played
guess,
Boros
yeah.
last
I
game.
played
too.
some Abzan. I don't think I played mono green.
Let's see the combination. So Boros, yeah.
Boros.
Two Boros.
Boros, yeah.
Oh,
One
I
mono
just
white
played everything.
Jareth.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's pretty. Except for green. You didn't like green.
Except for green, pretty diverse. I'll take it.
Yeah.
actually, it is pretty
Abzan,
diverse.
Simic. Yeah, you did Inga and Asika. I remember that.
Mhm.
What was the Naya
My first
deck?
and last deck were Boros. So the first one was throwing rocks. The
Yes.
last deck was Jiro.
What was the Naya deck? Do you remember?
Naya.
You played one Naya deck.
Oh, that was the week where you casted Edamami's call into my opposition agent so we could find something to answer. I think it's either Phil. I just assume it's Phil because Phil was probably doing something like wild and busted.
What's the
This
commander? though,
all
in
sounds
Naya?
correct. I totally forget.
I think it was Rocco or whatever the dude that
Rocco.
tutors.
Yeah, you were playing Rocco Infect.
Oh yeah, I was playing Infect.
Oh,
That's right, that deck.
right,
That deck that
yes.
just failed to pop off when the whole goal
Yeah.
was just Infect counter people. All right, got there. Thank you. I was gonna look through my Commander Clash files.
All right, we figured it out. Most played cards. I feel like
Greaves? Solid.
Lightning Greaves and Solemn really representing this season.
Sort of the Animist,
Austere
Bobble.
Command. Big fan of Austere Command. I
So it
see.
looks like I have a very similar colorless suite of cards, basically, right?
This
That's
also
what I'm
feels
saying.
like very old school. Like all these cards were printed
Yeah.
a decade ago.
This looks like what I would see
Returns
Wait,
it does.
Yes,
in
that's true.
2013.
Demonic
Bronze
Suitor,
Guardian?
Eternal
Actually,
Witness, Phyrexian
all of
Arena,
these cards-
Wheel of Fortune.
Wait,
Yeah.
Tom, do you have a card?
Oh no.
Do you have a card post 2015?
Is this Boomer Magic?
And that list, no. Let's go to the other ones. Let's see. 1 second. There has to be something recent, right?
What's Bronze Guardian even? I don't even know. What that
Oh, I'm
is.
gonna look that up right
Bronze
now.
Guardian is recent. That's the recent one. That's the artifact. Give all your artifacts ward 2.
Oh, okay,
X5.
okay.
Oh,
But that's
everything
like
else
at
is
least
like from
it's like 3 years
2011.
old.
So,
Wow.
so everything else though is like 2013 and older. Dude.
Yeah, at least.
You're welcome.
Right?
Yeah, buddy.
Wow. Representing the
I
old
didn't.
school.
So
Respect.
pre-DH was
And-
just every day for Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of note, second most wins. Let's go.
Yep.
Technically, we all
Who
have the
needs-
second most wins. That's fine.
Who needs
Still.
new cards?
Yeah,
True.
technically, we all finished second in wins.
Yep.
Except for
All
Tom.
right. You got some new Planeswalker
Do I?
release.
Okay, Lauren of the Third Path.
Yep.
And then Kadric. Look at that Oracle Moldiah.
You were like digging deep. It's like at the bottom.
I was
mean, that's
surprised
it.
there were
That's it for the
planeswalkers to
creatures,
list.
right? The planeswalkers.
What's a
are new.
planeswalker?
The planeswalkers are new. Kaido, Vivian.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all new.
They're all specific.
Kaido?
Kaido was
All
because of
one-offs.
Kamigawa week.
Exactly.
Vivian
that
was
a
because
block.
I needed flash spells. These are all on purpose. Like
That's a lot of.
Dahada
research
is
for this.
because I was playing a legendary deck. Like it's oh my gosh.
I don't
well,
remember
I have
returns
to-
of this
There's
for
a
long
gamble on this list for spells, Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, there's nothing
no
new in there.
MDFC?
Shatter Skull
Shatter Skull?
Smashing is
Oh,
your
that's not
only
This is honest
MDFC and your
2011.
Cultivate
only
Kadamas Reach at the bottom. Yeah.
it's your
Yeah.
only new spell.
What I
This
will say is like
Pre-DH.
besides Solemn, there's only 3 copies of everything. I definitely spread everything out this season. I was like, let's try every other color,
Mm-hmm.
which I'll take. 3 Demonic Tutors is interesting, but hey.
Pre-DH.
Sometimes all you need is old
Pre-DH.
stuff.
Let's see some more other most played cards.
Your lands have to be changed though, right?
All
There's no
right.
way that you kept.
Artifacts,
You re-
Greaves.
You really kept the.
Oh yeah, look
pre-DH.
at that basic land
Yeah.
representing.
That's right, buddy.
Yeah. And Aaron.
There's a Core Haven. Core Haven shout out all the way at the bottom there under lands.
Yeah.
Phyrexian Arena, Land Tax, Sylvan Library. Ooh, buddy. We're playing old Legacy. Let's go.
Yeah, I still love Land Tax. I still think it's one of the best white cards to this day.
Orification was played twice.
Oh my god.
What is wrong with me? Oh my gosh. All right.
Genji
I love-
of the
I love
Falls.
this
What the
list.
heck?
Tom,
Why?
yes.
Why Genji of the Falls?
Popper All-Star, Tortured Existence all the way at the bottom there. All right.
Oh boy.
Still playing
man.
Darksteel Plate. Yeah, this
Yeah,
list
you
makes
are.
sense.
Yeah,
This
this
list makes
Yeah.
sense.
is
Our
pretty
Armillary Sphere played twice. Card is still good. I'll go to bat for that card every day.
All right. That is
But yeah, I think this makes sense.
that's
You
a
had the
nice
armillary
time
sphere
capsule.
lock. I remember
Mhm.
that, and that
Yeah.
way you
And
you
you get
kept
it back.
looping it.
Play,
And,
sack, loop it. Let's go.
yeah, you had the lock.
Too much value. All right.
I'm happy to play cards that you don't see out that often since they've all been power crept out.
Mm.
Yeah.
Welcome to Commander Origins. Just all these spells.
All right. I think we have one more person to go through.
Yes, we
Phil, let's see the green.
Next
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a good direct
Famous last
quote.
words. All right. How much green is Phil running this season? He has to be the highest by far.
He has to be.
What's the second color? Red? No. Maybe blue?
Hopefully
Black. It was
blue,
black
but
is
I
the
feel
most.
like black could
Maybe
be.
white.
No, it's
Might be
probably
white.
blue.
Let's see.
I think
it's
Simic, but it's
I think
green,
Simic
green
X.
heavy. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
yeah,
no,
mine is
blue
very
is actually
Simic
high.
X, Simic X,
Simic
baby.
Yeah, I mean that's just how it is in paper for me. I just love blue in Commander. It gives you everything. Blue and green.
Simic
Ooh.
X.
That-
Oh, you need the green to cast the spells, and then you need the
Mhm.
blue to
Yeah.
do the cool things.
Yeah.
No red.
Black, you're
Nobody likes red.
like low. Wow, black is really low on your list.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
really
weird,
don't
right?
believe
Yeah.
in removing stuff.
No.
Why remove
yeah,
stuff?
I
when you
expected
can do
more
cool
black
stuff?
actually, but I mean I don't make the rules here.
Yeah. All right, let's get a deeper dive.
Can't argue with math.
Bant 2, redless.
Redless. That's how much
Five
Phil
color.
doesn't like red. Redless.
Oh,
Team
the haters!
Sultai.
Look at this. Simic 0. Huh, take that,
Wow.
comments. There is.
Oh, wow, that's
banned
true.
Timur Sultan.
But look at everything else. Teamers all time.
Yeah, that
It was an
they do
even
got you there.
distribution. It was an even distribution of green stuff.
Yep,
I mean,
sounds
Phil,
about right.
I respect it. You know, like you're hiding your Simic. It's like, look, I don't only play Demir.
Yeah.
I hide it behind every other blue black variant.
I don't play any Simic this season, in fact. True.
Zero Esper. Just actual zero.
Yeah, who needs it?
In
Nah.
the season when
Oh, I like it
mostly
in fact,
Esper was
actually.
played.
Yeah, true.
No, this is why we need Phil. We need some green representation at the table.
Turns out.
Yeah. All right. Most played cards. Oh,
Oh.
all right.
yeah.
Where'd all
here
that
are the
green come
greens.
from? He barely
Ooh.
played
Green cuts the
it.
green.
my
Oh, and
God.
Machine God's Effigy. You did say you put it in all blue decks, and there's 6
It's
out of
just
14.
the most fun card ever, yeah. Mana
Yeah.
Drain right after it. I mean, every blue deck has Machine God's Effigy and Mana Drain for me.
Blatant
Oh, like
Thievery right
every blue
behind
deck I
it,
can
too.
play.
Ooh, swan songs.
Theory, ooh.
I
Swan
feel like
song,
the
yeah.
Swan Song is the counterplay to me holding up my mana.
Yeah.
It is, yes.
like when you were deck building, Phil, is it I'm gonna have the Swan Song in case Krim has a counter spell.
Yeah, I usually play Mana Drain and Swan Song as my obligatory counters, and then I say, "Up, that is that part, so I can protect my stuff."
Phil, you
Maybe.
gotta start putting Veil of Summer in your decks just for the peak.
Yeah, I
Peak
started.
Sultry.
I'm not sure if we can see it here, but I did include seed time sometimes.
Are you
Okay.
still trying to get me
Whoa.
with that?
I respect
It
that.
is so
Let's-
hard to pull off.
Let's see if we can find it in the stats. All right. Creatures. Planeswalker spells. Where is this? Where is it?
Solemn, I
it's
love
no,
it.
it's
it's not
under
here now.
5.
What else? Agent of Treachery. Okay.
Oh yeah. Mm.
And Uro.
Oh yeah.
Phil is the steely person at the table for sure. Agent
Prosperous
Treachery.
Heroic
It's the most-
Intervention.
That's the most Simic pool of cards I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life.
4 Okos. Okay.
Oh
Wow,
my God.
4 is a lot. I'm
Oh, that's
sorry.
great.
You were all the Okos. That the most played
Yeah.
Planeswalker was because of Phil.
Wait.
He just loves an Oko.
Phil, you
It's at least
technically have played more Nico Boluses than I have this season.
Hey, where did I play it though?
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know.
3 visits.
And
Yeah, I mean,
your
the
5-color
auto
deck, I
includes 3 visits, Nature's Law, Farseek, Cultivate. Grim's got a point there. They are right on top.
I'm surprised at the
thoughts.
Prosperous Innkeeper. I don't see
Yeah,
that
I
that
started
much.
playing it because it kind of rams you in a way, and the life gain adds up in creature decks, and I'm eating a lot of aggro, so a little bit of life gain can't hurt. I also
Okay.
just love the card in every deck. It's just
Makes
it just
sense.
feels so good. Swords to Plowshares, though, I did increase my spot removal.
Heck yeah.
Specifically, Swords to Plowshares. It's just one spell. I
It's
still
worth-
think Richard might not be correct there. If none of us would play spot removal, all of this math wouldn't match, and he would just die to threats because, yeah, I don't know. We'll see in upcoming seasons if spot removal is actually.
I mean, you're playing
good.
as many swords as farewells, so they go in the same decks. It looks
Yes.
like.
Usually both, yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
We
Also
move
spot
on
removal
to artifacts,
related to
enchantments, and lands.
Reliquary Tower number 1.
Wow, that
Oh,
is
boy.
a shocker, actually. 11
Have you
out
ever
of
seen me
14.
discard to hand size?
11
try
out of
to avoid it.
14 decks. Wow,
You do
are
love your value.
Tower's number 1 fan, I believe. I've never seen it that high before. Maybe
Yeah.
Seth. But
Reliquary
We found our
Tower
other meat hook
is
person.
above Command
Yeah.
Tower. That's so funny to me.
Collective
How'd
Restraint,
that
number 1
happen? Weird.
enchantment. Because they still put it in your monocolor decks, right? So
Yeah,
true,
yeah.
Ancient Tomb also
I
up
see.
there. Respect.
Portal to Phyrexia
Yeah.
as many times as Coveted Jewel.
I'm surprised that's just not
yeah,
just
both
14
pretty good.
out of 14.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, we had pre-age. That's what I mean. We had so many episodes where we can't
Yeah,
really
that's true.
choose what's in the deck.
Yeah.
Collective Restraints 5.
Yeah.
Gotta stay. Have we ever
Propaganda,
seen it on the board though?
Right up there, too.
I feel like
No ghostly prisons, actually. None at all.
no. That's what I mean. I usually
Restraint,
take
Propaganda.
Collective Restraint and Propaganda.
Mhm.
Oh. Huh.
I don't even know why, because Ghostly Prison is the same. But even if I'm white, I choose these two first. Maybe because I have them in paper.
I like
just
I
used
like
it.
Ghostly Prison more just because I have a Kamigawa foil and it looks like it has like a shimmer of it in the
a
foil.
good reason.
It's very
But
nice.
the Tempest Propaganda, though, that's
Yeah.
clean old border.
Yeah,
Mm.
I know.
Haven't played. Love it. Magical
Alright.
card.
We move on. Magic Online, just because we have limited time. Magic Online quality software. We're gonna find out how often Magic Online was a true winner of the games. 8 MTGO
8.
fields. 3 less than last time, and also 2 game-ending technical difficulties, 2 less than last time. But that's not actually very good
Because we
have
had
to keep in
10
mind-
less
we had
games.
half the episodes.
Yeah, we had 10 less games. So it's about average. So yeah, that's not great. That means
it's
so we
not.
had 14 games. So out of 14 games, we had at least 8 MTGO fails, and 2 of them were MTGO crashing, which is not good. I would say that those are bad percentages for a client of Magic. But yeah,
Quality software.
not much more I can say about that.
Gotta love your good old Magic Online digital
yeah.
objects.
Hopefully
All right.
it gets better. Moving on. Memorable moments. I thought so I just threw in some stuff, but feel free to add to them as like closing thoughts. The first Notion Thief wheel I think is pretty memorable because I think Notion Thief wheel has existed for like a decade. And Crib has been playing with us for like 6 years or something.
I don't
or
remember
5 years.
anymore. Yeah,
5 years?
yeah, something like that.
Something
yeah.
like that. And we've never seen it actually go off. You've had it in a lot of decks. I know you've had it in your lists, but you've never actually done it until the season. So good job on that.
Yeah. Woohoo! Finally. It felt good. It felt so good. It was fun. Phil,
It was fun.
I drew 21 cards.
Honestly,
it's not
yeah.
bad.
On this
Yeah.
side,
Phil,
it
I
seems
drew
pretty
21
funny.
cards.
I'm not,
I mean,
okay.
all
Also,
the
I play
Yargle
Notion
stuff
Thieves sometimes.
was super cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I lost to it, but that was fine. Yargle got 3 kills in a single game. That's bonkers.
I
That
really-
should literally never happen. And it was so cool.
or maybe Yargle's just hitting
You're welcome.
OP. Who knows?
Yeah, that's
Mono Burn Week was actually one of my favorite episodes.
Such
Just
a
like the
cool
concept
episode,
was
yeah.
really cool. And I thought we all had really cool decks to work. Because I remember like we were trying to we brainstormed it and we're like, oh my god, this is gonna be so hard to pull off.
Mhm.
And like especially like blue. Like how does like blue burn? But then like Crim had like the answer with the freaking what year was that? I think it was Homelands. It was like a Homelands dwarf that tapped for 2.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
like,
Ravika,
wild.
Wizard Savant.
Yeah.
And having that plus like Ophidian Eye and just pinging everybody every turn, like that was a lot of fun. Although
Yeah.
that was a rough week because Mike and Trike, that's just hard to beat Mono Black. I think Mono
Yeah.
Black is so good at it.
I also liked.
Although-
sorry, go ahead.
It's weird in this episode how we started up saying, "Oh, I don't know how we even do this," and then after a week it was like, "Oh, I don't know how you're gonna. Isn't it too easy to protect from this?" And in the end, it was just a good episode. So I'm gonna bring that back someday.
For the mono burn deck, I was definitely the person that comments the most. Like, are you sure this is a good idea? This game is going to go on for like 3 hours. Nothing is going to happen. And then in the end, it was like, oh yeah, no, it's actually just kind of simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with Mill and Infect Week. They usually are pretty interesting episodes. Let us know in the comments if you have more ideas like this. By the way, they are pretty cool.
Yeah, it's something I want to do more of. Those are probably my favorite episodes to build a deck for. Because they're so off the wall. Like the Mill one, we did Poison, we did Burn. I think the Burn was one of the hardest for me to work on. And the one that I was surprised the most by what other people were bringing. So I really like doing these ones. Another moment that I thought about is the Tally pop-off, which was just last game.
Oh, yeah.
That one was gross. That one was so cool. Atali is a very cool card.
You're forgetting the more gross part when there were 3 Omnaths in play at the same time in that same game.
That was fun.
That was a little bit more gross. There was an Omniscience in play. We were all about to concede, and then you lost that game me feels memorable.
Yeah, I think that's a moment, and it's for a negative moment, I guess. But like, you Omniscience, you Emergent Ultimatum, and you lost.
Yep.
Well, you were supposed to wipe the board and have an answer to Omniscience, all right?
To be fair, I kind of expected Toma to kill me with the Omnath triggers. That's why I didn't even want to Wrath. I thought, like, if I Wrath now, he's going to kill me in revenge. Because obviously, Italy wins the late game. I wasn't going to say it, but my God.
I don't want to take anybody, because I was afraid, like, I don't like taking people out of the game early and then having them sit around. So, like, I didn't know how long the game would go, you know? Like, it could be another hour or whatever, and then it's like, somebody's sitting out of the round. So, like, I tend to avoid it. I only start, like, popping people out of the game if I think the game's going to end really early, or really soon. Like, the Yargle game, I took out Tom because I was like, all right, I drew, like, 18 cards.
Yeah.
I have enough protection to stop anything my opponents are doing, so I'm just going to start killing people each turn,
Should have taken out Krim, though.
No, the reason why I left Krim in there was because then Krim would be attacking Oko, and that's one less protection spell I needed to deal with. Because I only had like 3 protection spells in my hand or something like that. So
I do feel like that backfires. I remember earlier in the season there was a game where I could have killed Tomar on like turn 5, and I just didn't, because I was like, it kind of sucks to take Tomar out of the game, and then you won that game, and I was like, I'm never gonna make that decision again. If I can get somebody out of this game, they're out. They can hang.
I fully agree with just taking somebody out, especially because I know Tomer is good at feigning. Oh no! Stop! Help! What am I gonna do?
I'm like, what could happen?
Yeah. No, that's usually bad. So comments can yell at me for that, but I'm if you can kill somebody, take him out.
I still won't. And you know what? I could have killed Phil, and I didn't, and I was happy with how it turned out. Because, well, what? Because then we got to see a Tally pop off, and that's a win for the viewers, so I don't know.
And a win for MTGO, but really a win for MTGO.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I saw MTGO win that. That was a win for Phil.
Anybody else have memorable moments from this season you want to shout out?
The viewer decks were all very cool.
Oh yeah, the viewer deck, because the Boros Mill deck was so cool.
Yeah,
it was such a fun deck.
Yeah.
So shout out to Seth C for that Boros Mill deck. That was awesome.
Yeah. Always love a viewer deck.
Yeah, the mono green Tron was super fun too. I really liked it. All right. What's the last slide? I think this is the end, but we'll find out together. Yeah, this end.
Hey.
Boom.
It's Tomer's face.
It's my face. Hey. So yeah, that's going to be the end of season 14. We're going to be jumping straight into season 15 next week, I believe. Question mark. It's going to be kind of like an in-between. No, it's not even season 15. It's kind of like an in-between before we like settle on the new roster and stuff.
I was going to say, filler, like, this is beach episodes, basically.
These are the fill arc. It's the filler arc.
We're getting in like guests to show
Chimera
up and
Ant
stuff,
arc. Okay,
and we're gonna do some goofy stuff, and we're like restructuring for season 15. we're gonna have some different stuff coming up. Maybe even a new intro. Who knows? But yeah, but that's gonna be in for season 14. So with that said, I just want to say one more time to Tom, thank you so much for coming back and sticking with us for another season. It was such a pleasure to have you back on and being your aggro self, and it was just great. It was great having you on. So thanks.
Super happy to do so. So I had a kid at the beginning of the season, obviously, and I needed something during the 3 months I got to take off so I could like talk to real people. So it was really, really awesome to be able to hang out with the three of you and be able to have some fun like on a week, and then go back into like waking up at 2 a.m. with a child, and then just my hair getting frazzled, and then I'd be able to like, theory craft a commander deck and then be able to show it off here, and then I'd have to like go back. And so it was really wonderful. And now we're at our 3-month mark. Kid's doing fantastic. So awesome. It was super great for me as well. Super happy to help out. And once as time goes on in the future, I might be able to come back again once everything kind of gets figured out with some other items. But I do super appreciate it. It was great playing. I love this play group. I'll be super honest. It was really cool. Everyone's got a different flavor in how they build their decks. Everybody plays a different way, and I think it's really cool that even when someone's winning, as opposed to play groups I've played with in person, everybody is usually like really hype. Like when Krim wins a game, it's like super cool. It's super cool seeing how your deck won. Or when Tomer sneaks out a win, it's like, you silly man. But it's still really cool. It's like, let's celebrate someone doing something cool. So I'll always love that about Commander Clash, and I know that you're going to keep it going that way. So I'm excited to see what the next season brings. I'll be watching and I'll be commenting just like everybody else.
Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, we'll try to get you in as soon as our schedules align. I know you're going to be very busy right now, but we're going to get you back in, and I'm very excited for it. All right. And with that, we are done season 14. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching our stuff. We really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the sneak peek behind the scenes in terms of like stats. And if there's any sort of stats you want us to be tracking in a future season, let us know in the comment section. We might be able to incorporate it in a future stats wrap up going forward. And with that said, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy that stuff. And until next time, friends, see ya.
See you later.